Aquarius. You guys, I got some crystals from Shanti today on 14th Street, and I just went through a whole thing. I got lost in these crystals. I think that the first one that I got is called, what is this? Kunzite or Hiddenite? Hiddenite? It is gorgeous. I was lost in this thing like I had my hands on Michael B. Jordan or somebody. Him particularly. And then Prasiolite or something like that. This one is supposed to help with healing, right? From, just pain or love pains, things like that. And then I believe that this one is supposed to help with transmuting negative energy into positive energy. Prasiolite. Anyway, Aquarius, I have a new deck that I received last night on the night of the Cancer full moon. I have a Cancer moon, and that is my midheaven. Uh, it's a Native American tarot deck, and I feel like you're one of the perfect signs for me to use this on. Hi! I just kind of like went ahead and started the live video because I know that you guys have been waiting for your reading. And, things have been kind of crazy, but good crazy, like busy. Sagittarius season really brought about a lot of changes, big things, sort of like presenting themselves. And just having to take a lot of quick action on things, whether or not you had time to think or not. You know what I mean? But now we're in Capricorn season. The solstice has happened. Saturn is in Capricorn. Pluto is there as well. And we also have the sun there. So there are some things in your 12th house, sun, moon, rising, Aquarius, that are rising Aquarius, really pay attention to this. There are some things in your 12th house that are being illuminated right now. For a lot of you Aquarius or Aquarians who have sun in the 12th house, you might be like an Aquarius rising, and your sun is also in Aquarius, but the rising may start in a part of your first house, yes, where that means that your sun that is also in Aquarius may actually be in Aquarius in your 12th house. That means you might actually be intuitive or psychic. A card just popped out, flipped over. Some of you are looking at balance. Some of you are looking at a higher octane level of a relationship or an understanding of something, right? It's almost like your understanding for this relationship is very deep. It's here. It's up in the air. It's in the mind, right? Because it's Libra. It's the Justice card. But then it's also very love felt as well. That thing. For some people, if it is a relationship or a marriage or some of that, some of you might be rethinking a contract or a bond. You might be rethinking how you relate to another individual within this contract or within this understanding of what it is that you are a part of together. And you might be rethinking, strategies or ways or concepts, your perception of the relationship, or the kinship is always kind of changing and going with the flow of like whatever is going on in the atmosphere of that relationship or that contract or that marriage, whatever that bond is, right? So you kind of are like you might be being indecisive about something right now. You might be indecisive about something in regards to a relationship, what actions to take in terms of that relationship. 1 and 1 is also 2, so it is talking about a need for understanding through reflection, right? Not reflection as in like the sevens or like that type of reflection, like moon reflection, but it's like you're reflecting on information that has been received over time, because you know Saturn is also related to Libra. When you think about it in astrology, Saturn is exalted there, so time is also something that's, you know, one of the variables here, and the time that has been spent within this bond, within this relationship, or how much time you're going to put into it, how much effort you're going to put into it as well, because it is talking about the level of awareness you have in terms of like what it needs, and what has to happen for the growth to happen within this thing. And sometimes that growth could really be the harsh truth that you may not want to look at. Okay? If you guys would like the video for me, please, that would be amazing. There's another card that sort of like individually is on its own, and I'm going to flip that one over as your sun placement. Oh, and you got the medicine wheel. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is talking about Jupiter. It's definitely got a lot of things going on here. There's so many different possibilities. Anything can happen at any given time. It's the awareness of the infinite possibilities, right? With this medicine wheel. That's what it's called here in this deck, but it really is the Wheel of Fortune. I love this tarot deck, you guys. You know, my grandmother has Native American blood. I'm from Mississippi and originally born there, so I'm pretty connected to this. But yeah, it's talking about fluctuations occurring, right? You guys are definitely there. You're focused on the big changes that are occurring for you. And you know, you got the Justice card and you got the Wheel of Fortune. And that's like you guys are waiting for something. You're waiting for an opportunity, right? It's like you may not even be making a choice because you feel like there might be a better opportunity awaiting you, right? And you're feeling very opportunistic, not in a negative way, but in a way of knowing that you have something to offer to some bigger opportunity that might present itself, and you almost feel it, you almost know it. Because this 10 here and this 11 here is also 3. That's giving you Empress energy. It's talking about your intuitive nature, understanding that there's a feeling that you have inside in terms of something kind of coming your way. It's the anticipation of something. You are ready to receive whatever that thing is, and you know you might just be making other people wait, with the Justice card being here and that being Libra energy, on you deciding what to do in terms of the relationship that has potential there, because you might be even looking towards something else. You may not even know what that thing is yet. Let me go ahead and shuffle these cards some more, and then I'm going to lay them out as long as nothing pops out. So this deck, I believe that the kings are chiefs. This is just to give you a quick little rundown so that when a card comes up. The queens are matriarchs. And I believe that the knights are warriors. And the, it's a card over here. I don't know how the fuck it got over here on its own. Flipped over. Some of you guys are dealing with a Leo. Or some of you are faced with obstacles of your own vulnerabilities. It's like your own vulnerabilities are going to be obstacles for you in terms of having the courage and to believe that you are as good as you are, even though there are some pros and cons, even though there are some wins and losses. Some of you out there might be, you know, in terms of these opportunities, some of them will, like, some opportunities slip through our hands, or some of them go away sometimes. But that doesn't mean that we weren't worth those opportunities presenting themselves to us in the beginning. You know, oh, it wasn't meant for me. I'm not as good as that opportunity was. What the fuck is that? Okay? Really? You are as good, if not better. The opportunity would be nothing without you. This 8 here, something about August. The 8th sign from you is Virgo? Yeah, the eighth sign from you is Virgo. So some of you guys might be dealing with a Virgo, or some of you guys might be dealing with, you know, a routine that has to do with a Leo. Okay, something like that. I don't know why that's there. Some of you actually might even be dealing with a relationship with a Leo, or you might have a Leo mother. Um, You've got to have the courage to trust your feelings and trust your emotions, trust your subconscious, trust what what the subliminal messages that might be coming in for you, because you may be ignoring something that requires a little bit of a spiritual, tapping in, because there are also three stars in this card, which is representative of, did I say three stars? Seven stars in this card, which is very interestingly related to the star card, which is your card, which is Aquarius. And this opposes you, right? Opposition. That's very much Libra energy, which the Justice is up here at the top of the reading. You guys have the Justice card, you have the Medicine Wheel, Wheel of Fortune, and you have the Strength card. Okay? Wow. And it's still going back to number 11, because when you add 10, 11, and 8, then you get, what am I getting from this? I'm getting 11, the 2 plus 8 is 10, 1 and 0 is 1, add that to the 10, that's 11 again. So now we're going back to the 2. What's going on in terms of you guys' understanding for what might be needed from you, right? Or what you might be waiting for that you may not get from someone else, but you might need to provide yourself with, right? You might be waiting for someone to make a decision for you, but really it is your opportunity. So the opportunity is yours. You need to have strength, and you need to have courage and confidence in believing that you're going to make the right decision for yourself, whether or not you initiate it or not. Now you have two fire signs here. You've got Sagittarius, which is a sign of, speed, quickness, opportunity, heat. And then you have the Strength card here, which is representative of Leo, and this is in the emotions. So there are some matters of the heart and emotions, right? It's almost like you feel something so painfully, right? It's almost like you're in pain from the feeling of the passion behind what you want to do or what you need, because this is in the moon position. So the moon has a need for something. The moon has a need to be recognized, right? And the moon is being recognized. It was recognized highly last night by the sun. We had a full moon, okay? So, with the strength card being here in the moon, it's saying that you really need to believe in your subconscious. You need to listen to your gut. You need to understand that your gut is really telling you something, right? Don't deny it. Also, the 8 is saying that, you don't have to feel bad about, certain things not materializing for you. Everything wasn't meant for you to experience, Aquarius. And I think that you understand that. Am I shuffling these cards again? I'm not. I'm cutting them. Okay, at the bottom. So funny. At the bottom of the deck, you got the moon, right? So I was doing all that talk about the moon here. With the strength card being in the moon position, it's number 8. You got a progression from that, which is number 9, which is really saying that this has something to do with your evolution. Why are you afraid to evolve? What's going on in terms of you believing that there's something else that might be meant for you, and not just what you have been doing, right? For some of you. Some of you are having doubts just because you might be experiencing a low point. in terms of feeling passionate about something, right? Something sort of being tested in a way. It's almost like it still is what it is, but you're having to understand like the harsh realities about something. Definitely. You're aware of your weaknesses. But the opportunities are still going to be there whether or not aware of your weaknesses or not. Let me tell you something, you guys. I got an opportunity to do something like a week ago. Like a week ago, si senor. Like a week ago, and it was to, join a studio and do Pilates. I've already been doing it for like 6 years, but this was like a different type of apparatus. And Jupiter's in Sagittarius, and I've been working on it, and I know that I'm good, but it's something new for me. So my confidence levels were kind of being like questioned by me. And, the opportunity came where they called me and they were like, hey, you want to go ahead and do your first two classes tonight? And I was like, thinking to myself, I'm going to say no. But I pulled some cards really quickly so that I could answer in time. And I got like the page of one. So then I just went ahead and said yes. And I was like, by that time, I was locked in. I did it and it went well. So have confidence, right? There are certain opportunities that are going to come in and they're going to come in swiftly. And you're going to feel overwhelmed. And you might feel a little bit distracted by like the expansion of things. Like, is this really happening? What am I supposed to do with this? I'm not ready. You are ready. Okay? If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. Okay? But yeah, you're going in. You're looking at how you have evolved. You're looking at how you have a need to evolve, right? And that is the matter of the heart here. You're like, I need to evolve. I feel like I'm ready to evolve. I need to find balance within myself. That is what I'm trying to attain. That is what's going to happen regardless of whether or not I try to make it happen or not, because you are at that point. It's the 10 in the sun position, the medicine wheel. The opportunity is coming because it's time for it to sweep around at this time, right? It's almost like when you have like a Saturn or a Jupiter return, right? Some of you might be having it. Knowing when that moment that it swoops around and you can activate or you can take advantage of what it's doing, then you're golden. Just understand that like it's there. Time is an issue because you only have so many moments or so many weeks or so many months or so many years to get something done. Sometimes opportunities pass us by when we get too complacent about whether or not we're good enough to do them. Because some things you can only do at certain ages. Some things you have to start at an early age to do if you want to make it to a certain point in your life, right? I'm not saying that I couldn't go to law school today and eventually become a Supreme Court justice, but that would be very difficult right now at 35 for me to just all of a sudden start to do that. You know what I mean? Hey, it's possible though, and that's someone who just told you that, saying it still is possible. I can do anything if I want to. Bitches better know. So let me go ahead and pull some more cards for you guys. You definitely are going in and having some epiphanies in terms of like matters of the heart and information that you are finding out about yourself and your own emotions, right? You're kind of like, why is this so intense for me right now emotionally? And why do I feel like I want something, but I'm also not letting myself have it because I don't have the confidence to move forward with it, right? And there are no sevens here yet, but it's still the moon. And the moon is talking about a need to express something, the awareness of, you're being made aware of the courage or the strength that it's going to take to get through something, to evolve. It takes strength for a person to want to change, right? You're going to have to, like, not use your strength, but just have it, right? You have to be it. You can't just feel like it's going to be something that you have to access. Strength isn't, you're not accessing it. You have it or you're not. You're either strong or you're not. You have courage or you're not. You either are you or you're not. Is you or ain't you my baby? Okay. Oh, it's true. I have actually thought about doing that, and uh, it is so cleansing. It's very spiritual too, because I can read myself and dance around my cards as I'm reading the cards and be inspired that way too. Dance is very highly spiritual. Okay, so in the past, you have the Maiden of Pipes. That's the Queen of Wands. So you guys may have been dealing with a female that was implementing some sort of activity around you, in your life, or for you. This could have been something about the mom, something that the mother did, or influences of the mother that may be making you feel like your confidence levels aren't at the point where you feel like they should be. But this might actually even be the need to express a need, a need to express a need. It could be, you want to express that something that you want to do, you know. And it is in terms of being, somewhat of an entrepreneur, or somewhat of a manager for yourself, or some kind of like agent for yourself. You are the one that is out there doing the connecting and making the deals happen. That type of thing. So, you have probably wanted to do it in the past, but now it's a different time. Or maybe in the recent past, you have gone out and you have sort of activated some things in terms of what you want, that you might be waiting for other people to provide you with, that you actually need to get and go and do and make and be yourself. All of those things, right? Because you've got that energy. And a lot of times with Aquarius, people sleep on it, right? They sleep on that. And I can usually spot an Aquarius from across the room, because that's where they usually are. Right? Listening to everything that's going on in the room, no facial expressions though, but there's a lot of opinions probably up there. But I love that, because then it gives me something with, Pluto in the first house. Then it gives me something to like lean into. Because if you're going to be over there, and I like being over here looking over there, honey, we got it going on. Right. Totally Anna Winter mode. You guys. But I love you for that. And you guys say very intelligent things. I do feel like sometimes with that Aquarius energy, and this is where that confidence level kind of like takes a little bit of a dip. Um, you are conjunct or adjacent. Pisces, it's after you, it's next. And there are some times when that confidence might take a little bit of a hit. Yes. And that's just because you feel like sometimes you may not get noticed as easily because you are so from afar. And it's not saying that anything about like any abilities or anything that like that. It's really just like energy, right? It's really pleasant, usually, right? I've really never met an Aquarian. Let's make sure it would. That I have felt like could do something very like cunning or is that type of person. Now, um, that type of thing is possible, but it's very rare. Because Aquarius is a very mature sign. Word! You got the Ten of Cups, which in this deck, in the Native American Tarot deck, is called the Happy Family. So that gives you an idea, right? That's Mars and Pisces. This is the materialization of something that we can put some energy, love, and some focus into, right? Because it is a 10. It is talking about focus. It is talking about focusing on belief systems, like in terms of God, or like the openness of something, the expansiveness of something, how expansive your love is for something, for yourself. This is a completion of like something has been fulfilled emotionally, right? On an emotional level. You've almost gotten everything out of it that you're going to get out of this thing. It is what it is, and it's good, right? But this is also Ten of Cups. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get an idea of like what is Pisces, definitely, for sure. Is it Sun in Pisces? Anyway, Ten of Cups. Oh no, Mars and Pisces. What am I doing? But yeah, you guys are putting some aggression into that. It's like you're prompting things, you're initiating, you're taking initiative in terms of how you feel about something. You're identifying with this feeling, and it's one of closeness too. This is a close card, wanting to get close to something. Maybe you guys have needed to reconnect to family to sort of recalibrate yourself and bring yourself to a place of feeling balanced. You do have the Justice card here at the goal and the... yeah, absolutely. So now let me look at your immediate influence, okay? The Sundance, that's Neptune. That's the Hanged Man right here. So this is talking about, dissolving boundaries, right? And by dissolving boundaries, it's almost kind of like letting things happen that like probably shouldn't be happening, right? It could be like this is also escapism as well. You got two Pisces cards, one on top of the other. So some of you could be dealing with like, some escapism, right? Waiting for things to get better, but in the meantime. It is a 3 as well, so it is talking about a need for creativity, or you want to express something, but the timing isn't right for that thing. The awareness of what an understanding is for something, or you being made aware of how to relate to something. Yeah, or you're being made aware of a choice. You're being made aware of a choice, but you're being made aware that you have to wait to make the choice. um, yes. In your anxieties, you got another 10. 10 of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is, that's Mercury and Virgo. That's being able to um, effectively make plans. It's also talking about documents. You might have anxieties in terms of like your resume. You might have, some issues about like some things that might be outdated, and you might have to renew some things. This could be like some of you might have to renew like a license or something like that, or some of you might have to like renew a certificate or something like that. You might be having anxieties in terms of like a degree or completing something. I feel like some of you might actually have anxieties in getting back to your families over this holiday season, right? There might have been some issues that were a problem back in the past with the mother. The mother might have been involved in something. There might have been a fiery argument or something like that. I'm definitely getting that because the Maiden of Pipes is the mother of Wands here, the Queen of Wands, and then she's looking over at the Ten of Cups, which is the Happy Family card, which is crossed by the challenge that is the Hanged Man. So you guys have been waiting for this time that the family is actually coming back together, right? And the anxieties are, what is the dynamic going to be? What are we? What has been materialized here out of all of these happenings and things that we've been doing? Like what's been being said about people and to people? Have we all been communicating? Are we going to communicate in a much more better way where we can actually feel like more incorporated together as a unit? You know, we have everything, but it's like there's something that has to change or be different a little bit for us to sort of feel like we're like thriving again in the way that we used to. That's for some people. And this could be for like you individually, like you have anxieties about, you know, the ending of something, the job, a job. You have anxieties about the job coming to an end, something like that. You know, it's almost like everything's been harvested here. Oh, wow. The card is called Harvest. Ah, I keep missing your comments. So you're having anxieties that you're aware that something has reached a level of its optimum level, completion. It's gotten to a point and it ain't gonna get no better than it is, darling. What is my? I need some water, but you know I have something else here too. Sorry, you guys. It's just a hiney. It's not bad, right? 35. Um, in your Mars placement, you have the Craftsman, which is the Three of Pentacles. This is saying that you really want to put some energy into a career that is going to make you feel like purposeful, like you're doing something that you like doing, and you like doing it well because it is something that you are close to. It's the way that you excel. Also, you put quality into this work. Yeah, this is what it's saying here. You know, you need to understand that you put quality work into whatever it is that you do, so you don't have to worry about some one thing ending and having to start something new, right? From this opportunity, there's going to be an opportunity that comes to you, and you're not going to feel like it's that, right? The moon, complacency. And then you got the Sundance here, the Hangman. Oh, sacrificing something. You're sacrificing your happiness with, you know, not wanting to evolve. Madonna is a Leo. She could tell you something about evolution, meaning like her, you know, your identity, not like, you know, anything like biological or scientific. Maybe she could. I don't know. Used to live in the same neighborhood. So let's look at your Venus placement. Ooh, honey. So this is saying some of you out there might be pregnant, basically. You know, some of you might be pregnant with the Four of Cups here. This is Moon in Cancer. So this is like a mother. This is like a mothering energy. Some of you might be realizing, you might be announcing over this holiday that you are pregnant. This might be the evolution that you're feeling, you know. This could be also the father, or this is only a few people. The father may feel like he needs to get a better job, or you may feel like you need to get a better job because the baby's coming, for those of you who are out there who might be pregnant. The Four of Cups is also talking about, you know, putting some energy into, you know, nurturing your experience. Um, and it's also about structure. It's about security. You're looking for security through structure, right? If you feel like the structure is there, then you'll feel secure in your emotions. Then you'll be able to be more creative. Then you'll be able to, be in a place of, you'll have a more of an emotional foundation, right? If you have more structures that are implemented. You also are saying, it's also saying that you need to put a little bit more focus and energy into asserting yourself in terms of getting what it is that you need, right? Because, if you're not pregnant, the idea of a pregnant woman, she has a lot of needs. So some of you may have a lot of needs right now in terms of rebuilding, because right, the Mars here, the Mars position has a Mars card, Mars in Capricorn. Mars loves being in Capricorn. It's a 3, so it has something to do with communicating, right? If there is a job that you want, or is it, or there's something that you're waiting to materialize, then maybe you've been waiting long enough, and you need to just like reach out and see what the progress is in terms of that. Um, but definitely assert yourself in terms of getting what you need, so that you feel more secure within yourself. You need that. Let's look at your future cards. The energy moving forward is the sled, which is beautiful. That's the chariot right there. You got the Cancer Moon card in the Venus placement, and right next to it, you got the chariot, which is Cancer, which represents the moon, which is talking about confidence, which is what I've been talking about this whole time in this reading with these cards. I love them. Um, but the chariot is saying that there is wisdom when you believe in oneself and you move forward and you take action and you set off on those spiritual journeys and those paths for yourself, right? What's the meaning behind everything if you don't do anything with it? What's the meaning behind your feelings if you don't take action behind put action behind those feelings? I mean, it's not like I feel like I want to go and punch someone in the face. Let me go do it. It's not that. It's like if you feel like you want to go punch somebody in the face, then you need to think about why you feel like you want to go punch somebody in the face, because that's really what the question is. It's not going and doing that. It's asking yourself why I feel like I want to do that. But the 7, the sled. I love calling them by like what the deck names them. It's saying that there's a need for harmony here within oneself. And the only way you're going to find the harmony within yourself is if you seek your own wisdom, understanding what it is that makes you special, right? Because 7 also goes back to, Libra energy. Libra is the 7th sign, right? And that's beauty, that's pleasures, that's harmony, that's focusing on other people so that you can learn more about yourself. But the sled, the chariot, is saying, you definitely want to focus on yourself here in terms of movement forward, because no one is going to carry you forward in life. Only you can take yourself there, darling. And that is something that Capricorn can tell you, okay? And you're a progression from Capricorn. You're their second house, right? Um anyway, Capricorn is opposite Cancer. So they have like some echoes and some mirroring there, because the thing with Capricorn energy is that it's like, yeah, I am going to go out and do it because I know it needs to get done by me. And Cancer is like always telling other people what they can do, but then it's like they need to also realize what they can do too. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking about that Cancer energy. It's so beautiful. But this is your energy moving forward, you guys. Move forward with confidence. Believe in yourself. Understand that there is wisdom when you seek, when you travel on the path. It's a very spiritual card. It's one of, there's going to be like sort of an emotional cleansing that takes place when you set off onto your path. There's a journey. There's lots to be discovered there about you, right? Because you're feeling very magical too at this time. I'm feeling like you're giving me some real Cancer energy. Work. You got the Corn Maiden, which is the High Priestess in your future. Something is going to be revealed, right? That's going to bring about a new level, a high level of understanding for what something was meant for, right? Because the two, you realize why you're having to relate to something, right? It's meant for something. Because if it's sparking, you know, deep consideration for things that you may have never considered before, you're creating a new understanding for oneself that's coming from something else that's outside of you. The High Priestess, the Corn Maiden. You got majors. You got majors. You got the Justice here at the top of the reading is your ascendant, right? Those are some things that you won't be able to change, right? Your balance is going to be restored for you no matter what, right? Because that's what you want ultimately. It's just that you need to not be holding yourself back. And that's the outcome too. The moving forward, it's saying don't hold yourself back. Cancer energy, Chariot energy. A chariot was never meant to be pulled back. It needs to move forward, right? And you know, you guys had Mars in your sign, but now it's not there anymore. I don't think. But you know, you'll have some planets coming into your sign soon enough. The moon will be there. Actually, no, not the moon. I'm sorry. You know, Mercury will be there soon. Um, Pretty much, that's what I think. So this is pretty good. I'll pull one soulmate card for you guys since you're here. If you guys could all like that video. We're at 13. I'm always seeing the number 13 now. And I've just kind of made peace with it. You know what I mean? Kind of made peace with it. Isn't that really what the number 13 is about? Wow. Make peace, child. So let me pull this for y'all out there. There's not really a lot of cups here. There's one, the Four of Cups. That's a soul kind of thing. And the Ten of Cups, definitely. Family. Something flipped over. So this is like, you know, law of attraction and nurturing and attracting loving relationships. This is what I want you to tell yourself. You're welcome, darling. Subscribe. Oh, I love y'all. My love is like an ocean, forever longing for your shore. You are an eternal ocean of love. I close my eyes and my heart is filled with rose quartz light. So maybe some of you need to meditate with the color pink. Yes. Thank you, babes. Yeah, maybe some of you need to meditate with the color pink, or if you guys have that color around you, maybe do that. Maybe you need to burn a pink candle. You know, you can go out to your bodega, or you can go to like, you know, your Dwayne Reed or your Walgreens and go to their like, you know, candle section. It doesn't have to be a scented, expensive candle. Just make sure that it's pink. It could even be a pink tea light candle for some of you out there who will have the, you know, the opportunity to find those cuties. And just, you know, look at it. The other day I meditated, you know, Aquarius does real meditation. I meditated for like 31 minutes only because I wanted to do 30 minutes. And then I was like, no, I'm trying to maintain, I'm trying to build structure out of my meditation. So I was like, do 31 minutes. Yes, poetry, right? Um, and there was a moment in the meditation that I started to get overwhelmed by having to calm down and having to calm my thoughts. Or I think I felt like I was like, oh, it had to be 20 minutes already. Or like, it wasn't like I was like having anxiety about it, but I was like, wow, I've been here for a while. That's all, like, you know, it was like that feeling. I didn't really have that dialogue going. But I could tell, I could feel that I was getting a little bit anxious in my body. And I was like, oh, Lord, she didn't tell me I've been blocked. Your meditation has been blocked. But, I hadn't meditated in a while, and I'm doing a very, my roommate right now is in Italy for quite some time, and I knew that this would be happening, that I would have the space to myself, and I would be like in a very deep spiritual place, which is, it's gone. So many things have happened, and I'm very thankful, thank you, God. But you guys, like, I needed this time to just kind of meditate and be by myself, even if it felt uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Because it's like really understanding why you feel uncomfortable when you're meditating, or you're trying to just kind of like calm everything down. It's like then you realize that, wow, everything, anxieties need to chill as well. Yeah, it's like you're like, wow, everything really is crazy. I really am. Everybody is kind of fucked up. Like you realize all of the congestion and like the activity that's going on, even when you're not doing anything, there's so much energy that's like moving. I mean, it might be individual per person, but I'm sure you guys, you're here watching this channel, so you know about energy. But sometimes it definitely feels like that, and I've been protecting my energy. That's why I got this stone that sort of helps with healing from like past hurt and pain, and promoting more love and self-love, and this one that transmutes negative energy into positive energy, because I really am going through, you know I'm further along in the stages of the healing, but I do realize that I actually am still healing, and sometimes it just reminds us, we're reminded, you know but thank you guys. This was probably one of the longer readings, and it was smooth. It didn't cut off or anything like that. I really appreciate you guys. We're doing a special. It is 50, or I'm doing a special. It's 15 minutes for $20. Email. Email. That was me hugging you guys. Email me at providencetarot.kendrick@gmail.com if you want that 15-minute reading. I could do a FaceTime with you, as I did tonight with one of my standing clients, and or I could send you a link, as I did with one the other day, and with that link, it's private for you, and you can watch the video as many times as you want with that link. We'll send it to you, or I'll send it to you via email, and then, you've got it. You can watch it. Thanks, Aquarius. Your birthday season is coming up. I've recorded the weeklies for Instagram. Those are only a minute long. So, you get a little bit of information out of that. But sometimes people really get, it hits the nail on the head for them. And I'm using the Rider Waite in those weeklies because I haven't used them in a long time. Thank you, guys. You're amazing. Is it Christmas Eve? Is it midnight yet? How late is it? Oh, it's only 10:22. Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you guys. I really appreciate you. And thank you for letting me unbox the Native American Native American Tarot. What is it called? I'll show you the box. It looks very vintage, too. So the person who gave it to me, they were like, I never read from this, and I've never looked at it. And I shuffled the cards, and they felt like mint condition, brand new. But I feel like they are actually an older deck that she had for a while. Happy holidays, y'all. Okay, so I'm usually at Shanti at 230 East 14th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue in New York City, near Union Square, and near the East Village area. If you guys want to get a reading from me, it is 15 minutes is $30, and in 30 minutes is $60, I believe. We have some great readers there. I'm one of them. And I'm usually there on Sundays from 12 to 4. Okay? All right, everybody. Stay on the lookout.